Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are, whether it's daytime, evening, whatever it is. I know I am. It's super hot in the Philippines, so remember to always stay hydrated, take an umbrella, whatever you got to do to stay cool. Today's top stories: a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old found unalive in a car. A Filipino singer taking care of a 2-month-old baby after pausing his concert. Plastic driver's license is finally being issued again very soon, and much more. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, drop me a like, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel to keep up with daily news from around the Philippines. Let's get into our top story. According to local authorities, 2 boys aged 2 and 3 were found lifeless inside a maroon Toyota Vios around 1:50 p.m. Responders said that they were covered in blood. This took place in Angela City. Initial reports say that the kids were playing around the car at 9:30 a.m. It is presumed that they got themselves into the car, locked themselves in there without being able to get out. The bodies were discovered by Fermin Pamintuan, the car owner, as he was preparing to leave for work. Local authorities reported the cause of death as asphyxia by suffocation and that there was no foul play. What an unfortunate event. The mother and the father actually are very suspicious. They want another autopsy. They don't believe that to be the incident. Also, why was there blood on the kids? And they say they're full of bruises as well. I'm not here to speculate, but maybe there will be a second autopsy. I am not sure at this moment. Many social media users also had some suspicions, so we'll have to wait and see what happened with the story. Singer Juan Carlos paused his concert to take care of a 2-month-old baby from the crowd. I think this happened a few days ago, but now it's making the rounds on social media, and people are really praising him for taking care of the baby instead of his concert. So what had happened was, during his concert, he noticed an infant in the crowd that was crying, and he asked how old is the baby, and someone said 2 months old. Like, whoa, 2 months old. Basically was concerned that before the age of 1, kids have very sensitive hearing, and basically saying to prioritize, of course, your children, especially infants, before a concert. So now he's getting a lot of praise on social media. Let me know your thoughts on that matter. I mean, I don't have kids, but I think if I did, I'll try to prioritize their safety instead of hearing a singer. But then there's always circumstances that we don't know about. Maybe the babysitter last minute canceled, or they were here just to pick somebody up and they brought the baby in there. I have no clue about why the parents did that, but I know for me personally, I think I would like to prioritize my infant 2-month baby over a concert. But that's just me. I am glad that the Filipino singer was responsible enough to actually mention it instead of just carrying on. So always do something if you see something you're not happy with. If you see something that's not being done correctly, to maybe speak up and raise your voice. And in this situation, he being a singer, a celebrity, I think he had the courage, because people are going to listen to him, and I'm glad he spoke out. I don't have a driver's license, a Filipino one, but I've heard a lot of people talk about getting only paper copies for the past year in the Philippines. And now that I read the story, I kind of understand why it was happening. To me, it was just like, oh, they're out of plastic cards. But I'm like, why would they be out for so long? And now it makes sense. There was a legal dispute between the plastic card issuer and I guess the LTO, and now that's been kind of put away. Now they can start issuing plastic cards starting April 15th. So that's great news for those of you carrying paper. I'll put the link to this full story in the description if you guys want to see all the details about the lawsuit and everything else. So yeah, good stuff. Plastic driver's license, April 15th. Philippines has recently thanked India for their assistance and support in saving Filipino seafarers from that attack in Aden. The latest country to support the Philippines in their rights in the South China Sea is India, and that's coming right after the president thanked India for the rescue of the Filipinos from the Houthis. Some random quick news. If you guys didn't know, that ship, the Singapore cargo ship that collided into the bridge in Baltimore, that 6 are presumed to be dead now. You may have seen all the footage around what happened. It was yesterday. I think it was 1:40 a.m. Luckily, it could have been a lot worse, but still 6 people are missing. Regardless, there's been calls from Cebu City to take preventative measures to ensure something like that doesn't happen in Cebu, since there's a lot of ships going throughout Cebu City ports. So yeah, very sad, tragic. So apparently the ship lost power about a minute before colliding into the bridge. That gave him about 10 seconds apparently before the actual collision to go ahead and make some mayday calls to prevent both sides traffic from coming onto the bridge. However, there was 8 people working, filling up like potholes on the bridge. 6 of them are missing. 2 of them have survived. One is in the hospital actually, so I don't know if he survived, but he has made it above the water. A tragic event. Initially, when I saw the footage, I'll be honest, it looked a little suspicious how a ship how a ship can't avoid such a large structure. But then when I saw the power outage, and then obviously the mayor came out and confirmed that there was a power outage on the ship, then of course terrorist attacks or cyber attacks kind of became less of a possibility. But I don't know, these are just assumptions I'm making, but it just didn't look right, the optics. But yeah, that's one thing. In other news, Boeing CEO to step down, but he won't be stepping down until the end of this year. And this is amidst all the safety concern that's been going on with Boeing. Of course, doors flying off planes while in midair, wheels coming off, engines going on fire, and countless stuff that's been happening with Boeing recently since they've prioritized money over safety. So he's coming down, he's stepping down, along with other people by the end of this year. In sports, Villarreal, a team from La Liga, which I've watched for the past 15 years, a very exciting team, has set up a training camp in the Philippines, which is awesome. So cool international exposure from the Philippines to a very exciting team in La Liga. And that was it, our top stories from around the Philippines. If you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I'll see you guys tomorrow with some more news.